About 18 hours has passed now since I did this glue up here. And I got to admit, when I saw the way the glue was showing up along the edges here, I thought, oh boy, I should have taken and wiped that excess off before I planted it down. However, it seems to have come out okay. I'll zoom in a little bit here. Now you can see where that glue was. It's shrunk, and it's also possibly cleared a little bit. And yeah, I think it's going to be all right. I'm not really seeing too much at all here. Anyway, I think now is the time to cut this cloth. By the way, I'm planning on using this as a pressure fit in the back of the clock. Sort of like a paint can lid. At least that's the plan. Okay, here's hoping that this pencil mark is going to show up on the cloth. Suppose I could have tested it first and then I'd know, but oh yeah, I can see that, okay. Okay, now I'm not a seamstress, but I think I should be able to cut along that line pretty good. And then you'll see what I'm planning to do here. Now I realize that this is not the way Nancy in Sewing with Nancy would do it. Not that I've watched that program for any length of time, that is. Okay, one side and I'll do the other three. Now I realize that some of you do want to see what the other side looks like. I would say that in places like this where it's fairly light, it's still glued to the wood. Okay, and this is what is supposed to happen here. I haven't tried this yet. This is the first time, so this may not work, and on the other hand, it might. I'll trim these little corners down a little bit. Now, is that going to fall out? I think that's going to be all right. Looks pretty good to me. Now my thinking is that if I can take this diluted glue and just go all the way around the edge like this, what's going to happen is it's going to prevent this cloth from eventually fraying out real bad. At least that's the plan. I think it'll work. Well, the next thing on the program is getting the dial mounted. Now I know once I get the glue on the back of it, I can square it up afterwards and get it just right. Don't need to worry about that now. I'm just showing you what I got to do here. Oh, by the way, on the surface here, there's a protective sheet of plastic which I will be peeling off probably just before I put the hands on. Be about the last thing I do. Anyway, I have to have the holes, like the hole for the 3 winding holes. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this drill bit is just the right size. Okay, so I've got a little plan here. how is it that I can glue this on and be able to see where the holes are once it's glued on? Well, you will see. Now, you will have heard me say, whenever I'm going to do a glue up, I always do a dry run. So, before I actually get the epoxy mixed up here, I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to do it without being really clumsy. And yeah, so as well as it being centered on the hand shaft hole, it has to be just right this way. And as it turns out, that would be just about right. Just a coincidence. I'm usually not that lucky. I remember one time I put a dial on and I glued it on, and it was, I had it square, but it was square like this, if you know what I mean. Now, you know, rather than try and peel it off, because I knew that the dial was going to be ruined if I peeled it off, what I did was I just took another one and I glued it right on top, the right way. Nobody knew. Well, now you know. Anyway, I think we're ready to mix up the glue. That might be enough. I don't want so much that it's going to ooze out, and then it will definitely be seen on the dial board if it does. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Just wanted to double check, make sure that said top. Okay, there's 12 o'clock, there's the top. That's still pretty soft. And I might want to use this stick again. Gonna move. I think it's gonna stay where I last put it, but just check everything out here. I'm noticing the square made a little bit of damage there on the plastic. I'm hoping it didn't go right down through into the aluminum dial. I don't think it did. Well, I'll know once I peel it off. Well, about half an hour's passed now, and this is pretty hard. And I'm always scared to look, just in case it's moved on me. But it shouldn't have. Oh, looks good. And the 12 is still at the top. So, okay, we don't need to know where this hole is because it's already drilled out. However, this should work. Now we'll just puncture the dial. I think that would have done it. Let's just check it out. Yeah, there we go. And the other one. Now the idea is, if I use a brad point bit, a little bit bigger than the key, if I get the point of the brad just right in there, then these little wings, or whatever you call them, they should cut the soft aluminum. And then as soon as the aluminum is cut, I can just back it off, peel off the aluminum plug, and then go in the rest of the way through the wood. At least that's the plan. I think this should work. But that's going to have to be tomorrow. Getting kind of late.